Friends, this side Rahul Magan here is a Group Chief Executive Officer of Treasury Consulting PPA Limited and also a venture capitalist. Today we are going to shoot a video which would be part and parcel of our electricity/energy desk. As you very well understand that Treasury Consulting Group wanted to be a bank, and in that regards we are working very hard. Every day we are launching new products, and now yesterday we launched our own derivative instruments which is bespoke, which covers the pension liabilities. Of course, this is the start, this is not the end, and a lot of stuff would be coming. In that regards, we are also coming up with something which is known as energy desk, and that desk would be live and active on our fixed income platform, which is www.fixedincome.global by June 2019. As you also know that Treasury Consulting is imparting trainings covering power purchase agreements, which is PPE. I don't tell them as a power purchase agreement. I always tell them as agreement to purchase power, because I am having different interpretation, which is that this is nothing but the agreement to purchase power. So this which we are drafting, this we are discussing today. As you understand that this is how a power purchase agreement look like. Apparently speaking, the power purchase agreement is a very long-term contract, and there is no doubt about that. It is a very long-term contract. It can amount to 15 years, 20 years, and more than that. I'm not against the fact that it should not be longer-term contract, but I'm totally against as far as the renewability of power purchase agreement is concerned. The reason of the fact that one important part of the power purchase agreement, which is the treasury piece, is changing every day. Like today, sitting on the 2nd February 2019, nobody in this globe is sure of the fact that whether the Brexit would happen or not. Because every day new news is coming, and even if Brexit would happen, no one knows that what would be the impact of the Brexit on Europe. And last but not least, what would be the impact of Brexit on Europe. And we are also not sure of the fact that whether the US shutdown will go up, what would be the impact on the electricity prices, how would the solar would go up, what would be the oil in 2019. Of course, when you open the internet, you have a huge amount of predictions there. My predictions about oil and energy is that Brent would closer to 60 to 70 in 2019, and God forbid if the recession would come, which I am pretty sure that Brent would fell down to 40, could be 35 as well. And I see that recession would touch closer to June 2019. This is what my tentative. So one of the biggest drawbacks of the people, those who are signing the power purchase agreement, is that they are signing the power purchase agreement for a very longer period, 15 years, 20 years. I am totally against that. You do not know what would happen after 1 year, and considering the fact that the volatility across the globe is rising too much. So signing a power purchase agreement of 20 years is, I don't think this is the right move. But anyways, people are signing. Another mistake which they are doing is nothing but they are keeping the renewability clause of power purchase agreement after every 5 years, which is I tantamount as mistake over mistake. So the first mistake you are doing is signing a highly longer tenor contract. Now if you open Reuters or Bloomberg, either, you will get to know that even the best G7 currencies of the globe, which is Euro, JPY, GBP, I would say CHF, Canadian dollar, they are reluctant giving forward premiums of 20 years more. So when these G7 currencies are not giving forward premium of more than 20 years, how come we are signing the power purchase agreements of more than 20 years? Without quoting the name of few companies to whom we interact, we know that they signed the power purchase agreement of 30 years. How can you sign the power purchase agreement of 30 years? Of course, this is not the only video which we are covering in power purchase. There are a lot of videos to come. We now ready to demonstrate the capabilities of our energy desk in the public domain, and of course, we will demonstrate via our magazine as well. Now, apparently speaking, power purchase agreement looks like that. You know, you have an electricity producer, you have the power grids, and you have the electricity consumer. Electricity producer could be multiple. It could be thermal, it could be non-thermal, it could be nuclear, it could be solar, or it could be shale. Like if we speak from the US perspective. So it could be electricity producer could be thermal, non-thermal, nuclear, shale, coal, and maybe solar. Like in India we have nuclear also, we have thermal also. Like France is a company whereby I think 77% of the energy is nuclear in nature. We have few European countries across the globe who are turning out to be the solar denominated. So of course everything would have pros and cons. So nuclear energy would have their own pros and cons. Solar energy would have their own pros and cons. Thermal, you understand. The issue is that this electricity producer is signing a power purchase agreement with the power grid. While the power grid will pay to them, they are the producer, they will raise the invoice to power grids, and when power grids will pay to them, the money power grids will get because they give electricity to the electricity consumer. We are not here talking about the power purchase agreement from an Indian standpoint, when in between, when you have, in Indian standpoint, you have the government. I don't tell them as a government, rather I tell them as a politically motivated government. Since apparently speaking in India between power grids and electricity consumer you have a politically motivated government, what they do offer free subsidies because of election. What they do, okay, farmers will get free electricity, he will get free electricity, she will get free electricity, something like that. At the end what would happen? They will raise the invoice on them, but they have not been able to pay, reason being they are not getting the money on time. But this is something which we are not discussing. So in our presentation, this party is having no role to play because we are not making a presentation and any presentation from an Indian standpoint. We are a Singaporean based company. What generally happens, there are 4 important departments in the power producer, and unfortunately all the 4 are taken and granted except one, which is the commercial grid or the hub who is generating the power. Basically the operational people, those who generate the power, they are always at importance, while according to me these 4 departments are never be at importance. Here we go. Since this is our first video, so do not expect that we are going to reveal everything. Over the period we are going to have a lot of videos about power purchase agreements. So the first department according to me is the treasury department of that power producer. Second important department is the commercial department. Third department is the distribution department, and the fourth department is the billing department. You know, lot of time, let me give you an example. Lot of time people come to me that electricity, our operating cost is very high, while the electricity which we are generating is low because of the competition or some other politically motivated issues. We've not been able to cover our cost. How we would do? Absolutely correct. You've not been able to cover your cost. But there is an issue. The issue is that your treasury department is not functioning appropriately. How many power grids, how many power producers we have across the globe whereby the treasury department is working in an absolute good way? How many? I, honestly speaking from my angle, I know very few companies, few power producers without putting the name in the public domain where we have treasury department, except that I don't think I know anybody who do have a treasury department as well. So this is the situation which we have, and then people expect that why they are not working. Maybe they know better. Treasury department play very important role as far as the power producer is concerned. Number one, power is a long gestation business. Either it's a solar, it's a nuclear, it's a thermal, it's fossil fuel like coal and all. It's a long gestation period like telecommunication, like railways. So if you wanted to enter into these 3 industries, specifically railway, telecommunications and power, you need to have a huge gestation. If today I will start making a grid, it could be thermal, non-thermal, nuclear or solar, that require huge capex. Capex stands for capital expenditure, and it's not easy. So treasury department needs to raise the funding from the market. Sometimes the funding is provided by the government under international continental agreements, sometimes international continental and international principal agreement. So there are 2. One is the ICA, International Continental Agreements, and one is IPA, International Principal Agreement. So let me write that. International Continental Agreements and International Principal Agreement. Over the period we would discuss both. Sometimes treasury department need to go in the market and raise the money. It could be foreign money, it could be local money. By foreign money I means it could be dollar, GBP, euro, CAD, Swiss franc, Japanese yen, Aussie, New Zealand, or it would be the local currency. So if we talk from a European angle, then it would be euro. For a GBP power producer, it could be GBP. For a US power producer like General Electric, it would be dollar terms. Treasury department, if provided the free power, Power means not that power. Power means the rights and good management, and also they are capable. All three has to be there. Free power, good management, and they are capable. According to me, they would be able to reduce the tariff by not less than 10 to 15%. Today, the world is talking about APM, Administrative Price Mechanism. What is this APM all about? Administrative Price Mechanism is a system whereby oil prices across the globe are falling or increasing every day. And based upon that, we have multiple countries across the globe, including like Australia, Singapore, and others, where every day you go to the petrol station, you will find a different price. Sometimes it will increase by 30 cents, sometimes it will decrease by 30 cents. This is known as administrative price mechanism. That administrative price mechanism works on the input cost of the oil at that point of time, and also take into account the demand and supply equation of the oil. On the contrary, if you talk about electricity, then 99% of the countries of the globe do not have administrative price mechanism in place in that producer itself. I'm not saying as a country. If as a country you have, there is nothing like it. But as a that producer as well, we don't have that. Reason being, Treasury Department is not given the free hand to take the initiatives and also to cover. Most of the Treasury Departments are raising the money in dollar terms, but they do not that they should take the money in Japanese yen term, which is a carry currency. Most of the Treasury Department do not know how to cover external commercial borrowing. They do not know that LIBOR is quoted 3 months, LIBOR is quoted 6 months, but they are rolling at 1 year. They do not know what is an ICAP adjustment. They do not know they can cover using FRA, forward rate agreement. They in fact do not know they can cover using swaps. They do not know they can cover using swaptions, collars, and a lot of stuff. This is the weakness whereby at the end up to the increase in the tariff. Considering the situation in India, and without quoting the name of the multiple South Asian economies, whereby let's speak from an Indian standpoint, the power per unit is not less than 5 to 6 rupees per unit. And when you go to the industrial or the commercial power, it will go to 7 to 8 rupees per unit. People have made a habit that if you criticize, you are absolutely wrong. The reason being, most of the producers which we have, either it's a nuclear, non-nuclear, thermal, coal, solar, they do not have an appropriate Treasury Department in place. Even if, most of the people are running their show using finance people, finance and accounts people. And even if one or two would have that, the capital markets of a country like India is absolutely shattered, pathetic, worthless. So there is no point that you can have them. Treasury is very important. Of course, over the period of the time, we will discuss more what would be the role of the Treasury Department and so on and so forth. Then we have commercial. Commercial covers the entire trade finance exposure of that power plant. First, power plant needs the money, and then they need the product also. If you are setting up a thermal power plant, you need a huge power plant. Most of the stuff is getting imported in the countries like India. To have the import, you need to have the trade finance agreements, which in shortly known as our parlance is trade finance agreements. Most of the trade finance agreements are signed using LC, letter of credit. And you will be surprised to know that letter of credit is something which people do not understand in most of the countries, even in India. Or the letter of credit is not as per UCP 600. So the common denominations of letter of credit as per UCP 600 is absolutely missing. And forget the important trade finance instruments like standby letter of credit, like DPLCs, like SPG, standby, BG, and multiple. Third important department which is playing the role is the distribution. They are always giving a high importance because they are the operational people. But if they, which is the distribution and the Treasury Department, would work in sync, they would be able to create something which is buying and selling of electricity. You must be thinking that this is what they are doing. They are selling the electricity to the power grids who further sell to the electricity consumer. No, I am not talking that. I am saying if the distribution and the Treasury Department is in sync, like in case of GE or multiple good companies across the globe, what they do, they can create something which is known as APM, which is Administrative Price Mechanism, whereby distribution, if they produce more due to any reason, Treasury will sell the electricity from the 3 top exchanges of the globe, which is CME, Chicago Mercantile Exchange, EEX, European Electricity Exchange, ASX, Australian Electricity or Australian Exchange. So these 3 they can get this done. Apparently speaking, Chicago Mercantile Exchange and the ASX are the two liquid. We know that Australia is a hub for electricity and they have a surplus electricity, and ASX nothing like ASX. Apparently speaking, from an Indian context, we have IEX, Indian Electricity Exchange, and the way they play their role, boss, it's a worthless. I'm telling you, it's a worthless role they are playing. It's good for nothing exchange. Very simple. So they can buy and sell electricity. You must be thinking that how they can sell electricity. If they produce more, they can sell electricity. You don't need to deliver. Of course, when the time will come, we will deliberate on the pricing as well. What do? You don't need to deliver. You would wait till F&D, which is first notice date in an electricity future or option, and you will get it cancelled. And if you short of electricity, you can buy that. Here you can create something which is known as administrative price mechanism in electricity, which is not the case with most of the people. Another important department is which is billing. That billing is this person is billing to the power grids. Of course, you are doing the business, so you are billing. Most of the time in the countries like India and other low-rated economies and low-income economies, they people are doing huge, I would say, stealing of the electricity, which is known as transmission and distribution losses. So there is no country of the globe who is not subject to TND except few like Australia and Singapore. Now what exactly happened? Due to the TND, they are having a revenue loss which ultimately comes up here. But another thing is the delay in the payment. Most of the people, those who are here, those who are in the billing department, they along with the treasury, you can see the arrow, they can create something which is a CDS structure, which is credit default swap. So whereby if any of the discoms, they are shortly known as discoms, if any of the discoms fails, then this discount money will be paid by the bank. So it won't end up as a non-performing asset in the books of the electricity producer. But apparently speaking, the job of the billing department in most of the power producer is pretty simple, which is to just bill it, invoices, nothing. In fact, you would be surprised to know that they don't have a 1500 rupees of software wherein you will get the digital signatures of the party who is the recipient of the bill. This is the situation we have in India, and I'm sure that in most of the economies of the globe. To cut the long discussion short, and this is the first presentation we discussed about the power purchase agreement. Power purchase agreement, first of all, should not be of the longer tenure, 20 to 30 years. It should, according to me, not more than 10 to 12 years. Secondly, the renewability clause of the power purchase agreement should not be of 5 years. Generally, what is happening, it is of 30 years with the renewability clause of 5 years. This is absolutely shit. It's supposed to be maximum period of 10 to 12 years with the renewability clause of 1 year. So it would renew after every 1 year. The price at which electricity to be sold would create something which is known as APM, Administrative Price Mechanism, which is a very fundamental, wonderful concept we have in the oil and energy market, and of course we can take it in the electricity market as well. Then the commercial department can make wonders in the trade finance agreements, whereby they can have the arrangements like standby LC. They can have the arrangement like DPLC, they can have a good arrangement like LC, they can have arrangement SPG, standby bank guarantees. Standby bank guarantees, not bank guarantees, remember, we will discuss when the time will come. And so on and so forth. Distribution along with treasury together can buy and sell electricity at the top 3 electricity exchanges, CME, EX and ESX, using futures and options. Of course, they can create a swap as well. Later on, we will discuss they can create EFP, exchange for physicals, exchange for futures and exchange for options. And then this billing department can take up, along with the treasury, they can take up something which is CDS, so that in any case, between them and them, any politically or non-politically stuff would come, electricity, the revenue would short, and they would be able to get from the bank. In short, power purchase agreement is completely mathematical in nature. If you are thinking it's a theory, then it's up to you. It's a completely mathematical in nature. Treasury Consulting Energy Desk is on the way. It would live in June, but we started our videos, training, consultancy on that. You're most welcome to visit our fixed income platform, where you will get a huge trainings of power purchase agreement. Of course, you know my number. My number is 98 99242978. My email rahul.magan@treasuryconsulting.in. My platform is www.fixedincome.global. With this, we thank you very much. Like we launched our own derivative, we will assure you that within 2019, the energy desk of Treasury Consulting will create wonders. That's it. Thank you. And don't forget, Hong Kong is on the way. In the next 20 years, we are launching, next 20 to 25 days, we are launching Hong Kong. Thank you. Have a wonderful time.